Hello and welcome back to another video. Just a few pickups I thought I'd share with you. First up here we have Wolfchild on the Sega Mega CD, developed by Core. Interesting title this, got to love the artwork. That is absolutely stunning. Now if you don't know, it's sort of a 2D run and gunner, a little bit like Contra. It's got some interesting parallel scrolling, nice CD quality audio as you get with the Mega CD. Now this was also released on the Sega Genesis and that has got a different soundtrack. This was also received some extended levels, which it's debatable whether that actually improves the game. I've only played the first 3 or 4 levels so far. It's fairly decent. I wouldn't rush out and buy it unless you are a massive fan of the Mega CD. It certainly doesn't push the hardware like the other Core games in terms of like 3D sprite scaling and stuff like that, but still a nice title. I think this was £10. I've actually replaced the case because unfortunately it arrived smashed, but yeah, it looks nice on the shelf there amongst the small selection of Sega Mega CD titles. So that's Wolfchild. Next up, bit of Dreamcast action, and it's Ferrari F355 Challenge. Now, after speaking to Dave Webster at the Play Expo, he actually recommended not to go for the European version. Apparently he's had 2 copies of it, both had problems loading, so went for this Japanese release. This is a game by Yu Suzuki. Obviously Shamu, Outrun, Space Harrier, Virtual Cop, the list goes on. And this is sort of more of a simulational based game, and I have to admit it's very difficult. But it's the first racing game I've played for quite some time that's had me shouting at the television screen like I was watching a horse racing event. I was slowly drafting behind people and just managing to climb to second place across the finish line. So in that regard, it is a good game. It's just one you've got to invest a fair amount of time in. Now there was a free screen arcade version. It was at Play Expo once when I went there, but unfortunately it wasn't working correctly for very long, so I didn't really get to experience it. But definitely a cool game. It makes me interested now, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but it makes me interested in getting a steering wheel for the Dreamcast. And the official one, it's got some sort of mixed reviews. I can't find any details about it that provide the information I want to know, so maybe it's just going to be one of those things where you just got to buy it and see how you get on. But yeah, not a bad game, and that was, I think, £5.50 delivered, so relatively cheap. And last but not least, another Dreamcast title. This is a Power 1, and this was sealed, and it's Vanishing Point. I think they're selling one for £15 by it now. Sent them a cheeky £10 offer and they accepted, so it usually goes for about that unsealed, so more than happy to pick this up. Pick this up based upon the recommendation of Implant Games. He made a review on this title. I did own it for the PlayStation 1. I think there was a video on my channel. I did fairly enjoy it. But this Dreamcast version is a lot better in terms of texture and frame rate. And it's a kind of a Marmite game, I think, because the actual way the cars handle, it's at the time it was deemed as being realistic, but these days it definitely shows its age. But it's something you need to get used to. It's sort of comparable, perhaps, but not to the same extreme as Ridge Racer. Certainly some of the vehicles I've unlocked so far, there's a lot of sideways action. It's best to like stop yourself from sliding out too much if you want to maintain speed. But yeah, some nice titles there, and probably going to be the last pickup video I make for some time, because I've actually took the plunge and sent across my pre-order money for the latest NG Dev Team AES release, which won't be here till 2016, so make of that what you will. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.